All right, Danny, episode 1, Holistic Hustle.
We rolling?
We're rolling, brother.
Damn.
Take it away. History? We're making history right now.
Right on.
We have David in the audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I'm loving all this stuff.
Some good stuff, man.
This is like my first time using like an actual like...
Do you remember the one where it's like, what the hell even is this?
What the hell is even that?
There's one.
That
Did
video,
you hear it?
yeah, that video is funny, man. So what is Holistic Hustle?
Bro, why are we here? First of all, who are you, man?
Well, I'm Coach Daniel Lopez. I founded Extend Fitness. I'm a fitness and nutrition coach trying to redo the whole fitness, what we think of as fitness and fitness services, gyms and whatnot, trying to help people at their core through coaching, but also just reminding them how important it is to take care of yourself first and foremost so you can show up as the best version of yourself. We all have responsibilities. We have to refill that kind of self-care tank because we put out so much. So that's what we're trying to do at Extend Fitness. And I do everything from nutrition to fitness to recovery. That's my thing. What about you?
Are you certified?
Certified. Officially certified. What about you?
So yeah, man, I'm what you consider like a transformational coach. My background is in spiritual psychology, leadership, and motivational interviewing, essentially.
That's it.
Yeah, motivational interviewing. But my passion is more like what you said, much like what you said, is holistically, how do we help a person be the best version they can be, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, so they can go tackle the world, man. Whatever life throws at them, they're going to be resourced, equipped, and capable of handling life.
And that's the whole concept of resilience, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're just building badasses.
That's it.
How can you keep doing things consistently without breaking apart from the inside out, right? You have to be physically strong. Go.
You gotta be physically. Well, we always tell people,
all right, go.
Like whatever your goal is, whatever you're headed, whether it's personally, professionally, whatever you're doing, is that goal is at the top of a mountain. And for you to get there, that journey is gonna require you to be physically strong,
boom,
mentally sharp and clear, emotionally resilient, and spiritually grounded.
Right on. Well said, Coach.
So why create this podcast, Danny?
We just want to inform people on the importance of taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually too, to help you just start or continue to improve, develop, become a resilient person. And then as far as downtown goes, everything is booming all around us. So my goal is to talk to really cool people that are really doing impactful things in the community and that are making a change across industries in whatever way possible. And my vetted interest is downtown San Antonio, downtown West, specifically down here because there's a lot of shortages when it comes to exercise. There's a lot of shortage when it comes to healthy food opportunities or options, and just a cool way to disconnect because it's just so stressful being in such a dense area where it's just like as far as you can see is high risers. There's a lot of vacant buildings too that are getting transformed. There's a lot of like controlled chaos going on around us too, whether it's like the homeless situation, that's a whole other conversation, but like the amount of construction, like the obstacles, like getting downtown and stuff like that. So yeah, if we can help people take a little break, take care of themselves, take a step back, and use like their work day to just refuel them and show up day in, day out, as the best version of themselves, I think we'll be Gucci, man. We'll be doing some
We'll
change.
be Gucci. I'm down for that. So down for that. You know, in our conversations, you once mentioned that you saw a video. I don't know where you saw this, but you said like the most successful CEOs, they all take care of themselves in this way, in a holistic way. They do something for their physical fitness and nutrition. They take care of their mind. They take care of their emotions. They take care of their spiritual journeys. They do something in all that. And I think one of our goals is expose San Antonio to the CEOs or company leaders or influencer, just people that are in the downtown area, that are business owners or they're leaders in their industry in some way, shape, or form, that they're doing that. They're taking care of themselves in every possible way, and with our guide and our expert advice and just our own experience, you know, show people that it's not as hard as they make it sound to be in their head.
Right.
It's really not. You know, I think sometimes we get so hung up in like, oh, it's got to be a certain way. I got to wake up at 6 a.m. I got to do my workout. And if I miss it, I'm screwed. I'm done. If I don't meal prep on Sunday, then I'm screwed for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a little bit of rigidity in their approach, and it doesn't have to be that way.
And all or none mentality, right?
All or nothing. It's not all or nothing.
I'm either passing or I'm failing.
That's it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of gray in between. You can get a C, and you can work your way up to a B, and then work your way up to an A. You know.
You can make C's and make progress at the same time.
That's right.
And to your point, like a lot of important CEOs or like high performance professionals, right? They sacrifice so much, right, to get where they're at in their position, and especially if they're founders of a company, they've sacrificed so many things, right? And most often than not, they have sacrificed like their workout routine, their nutrition, and because they have had to work so many hours, right? But I have noticed a pattern that like maybe around 40 something years old, these same professionals that have sacrificed it all, they realize that along the way they have let themselves go, right? So they've worked really hard. A lot of these people also have helped raise a family, right? They've raised a family along the way. And so when 40 something hits, they're like, wow. First of all, like they've been going 100 miles an hour and they haven't even realized what they've missed. And when it comes to like their personal life, they've had to sacrifice so much too, right? So they're like, okay, cool. I'm still running on fumes. I'm overweight. I feel like crap. I need to make a change. And a lot of these people, they start with exercise, which I think is a really critical component. And that's something we've talked about in the past, right?
You call it, what do you call it?
The gateway drug.
The gateway drug
yeah,
to the holistic life.
Yeah, that's it. The gateway drug.
Did you know that, David?
Yeah. And so you start with exercise. You move your body a little bit, maybe walking, do a little bit of weight training. And then eventually you're like, oh, okay, I can start eating a little healthier. And then once you start to feel good, maybe start meditation a little bit, explore other aspects of like overall mental health improvement. Because this little chunk of meatloaf in our brain, man, just if you don't do things,
it's everything, bro.
Right?
It's everything.
It's like they start saying, okay, like if I exercise, I'm in a better mood. If I eat the right foods, I'm also more productive at work. But if you don't start to take care of these like simple things, simple habits, this little chunk of meatloaf, like I said, just takes over. It gets a little spicy.
And it can ruin your life.
Yeah. So
you're so right, brother. So one thing that I realized in coaching entrepreneurs, CEOs of different companies, when their business in some way, shape, or form starts to take a hit or it starts to go down or like they're going through some challenging times professionally, more often than not, it's because they've sacrificed their personal care in some way, shape, or form. So a question that I would often ask a client, right? Oh, I'm struggling in this and this and this things in my work. Okay, when did that challenge start happening? About 6 weeks ago. Okay, how's your self-care? How's your physical fitness, your nutrition, your mental health, your emotional health, your spiritual health? Oh, I don't do anything on that. It's like, when did
I stopped.
Oh, I stopped doing stuff. When did you stop? Oh, about 6 weeks ago. So you see the correlation of like
Mhm.
taking care of yourself, how that has a direct impact in your overall success.
Oh yeah.
Like you said it before, your family and friends will benefit from that.
Mhm.
Your team, your employees are going to benefit from that. I mean, your clients are going to benefit from. Everyone that you touch is going to benefit from you becoming the better you.
And that you've talked about the concept of like leadership and how it's like top down.
Right.
So if the leader is not top notch,
What do you expect?
right?
I mean, the leader is the one that's setting the tone. In the military, I was in the military. We had a little expression called "shit rolls downhill,"
Yeah.
meaning that you're gonna get in. If the top gets in trouble, the privates are gonna get in trouble because it just keeps rolling downhill, right? But so does leadership.
Oh yeah.
If there's not good leadership at the top, you're not gonna have good leadership at the bottom either. So the leader has to set the tone. So if you want a culture where your employees are healthy and they're doing well and they're on point, they're innovators, they're problem solvers, they're on top like A type players,
But
Guess
they're
what?
also like growth. They have a growth mindset.
They have a growth mindset.
Yeah.
You gotta be an A type player.
Uh-huh.
You can't expect your team to do all these things that you're not willing to do, because at the end of the day, when the shit hits the fan and there's stress, you're gonna sink to the level where you're at. You're not gonna rise to the occasion. You're gonna sink to the level where you're at. And if you're not on top of your game, well, there you go. You know what happens next.
So with this podcast, I really want people to learn how to optimize their health. And that will transform the way they show up to their day-to-day life, whether it's at home or work or any other place they need to be at. If you optimize your health, your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual health, you're going to show up as the very best version of yourself. So we want to give them the resources, the motivation, and
The inspiration.
yeah, to get after it, because it's a hard life.
When did you start optimizing your health? Like, honestly, bro.
Well, I started working out really early, and we could get into that story too. I was a teenager. I kind of had such a positive motivator, right? I was a teenager. I was a teenage boy, and I wanted to just start impressing girls, right? So it's not the most inspirational thing, right?
But it's definitely motivational.
But it's the truth. Yeah, so I got after it.
Girls will definitely motivate you.
And then I realized they care more about personality. Dang it.
Damn,
No.
bro, you wasted all that time.
Wasted all that time.
It wasn't wasted.
All fitness, no personality.
Right?
So fast forward, I was all
body, no brains. Brawn, no brains.
just a jock.
Yeah, just a jog.
I was really into sports, so that helped as far as like cover my physical bases. And then I really got into exercising for the sake of like calming my brain.
Okay, but when did that shift happen?
That shift happened probably like a year after I started exercising, when I realized, there's more to this thing, right? Like it was like, all right, I want to be fit,
And
so
you
I
were
can
a
impress.
teenager when you figured this shit out?
Dude, it's crazy. Like I just
Wow.
like.
I didn't
people
figure
are-
this shit out until I was like 37, bro.
It's a weird thing. Like as a teenager, I always thought it was. I thought I was in my head and I was a little bit crazy the way I thought about things, but I always thought of like correlations.
You were
right?
ahead of your game.
Ahead of my game physically. I don't know, mentally, emotionally.
That came later.
That came later. So I optimized my physical fitness, and then
So we're flipped, bro. Like
you did the other
I
stuff
did the
first.
other stuff
Yeah?
first, and then the body came later.
Yeah, then the body came later, which
Hey.
however it takes, right?
Hey, it worked.
But the pandemic, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to me, right? 2020 hit. We couldn't control many things.
Bro, you either got healthy or you got like completely out of
Bad.
shape.
Yeah.
Like, everything just fell apart.
That amount of time, you either used it productively or
How did you use it?
counterproductively. I really started reading more. I really dove into like personal development stuff.
So like the mindset stuff kicked in, and then my body stuff kicked in.
Well, it's funny you say that. The first book I read during the pandemic is called Mindset.
Bro.
Like that one book we've been doing work with,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a whole concept of like adopting a growth mindset. So that was my first book. And then I got into some like quirky things on like almost like health optimization. I forget that term where it's like you might know the name. Almost like biohacker.
Oh yeah, biohacking.
Yeah. So I got into that.
Okay, so it started pretty young for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Mine didn't start till I was in the right environment. Like I had to be around.
The right people.
Yeah. So my journey with physical health didn't start until I was around the right environment. Again, I was working at a wellness company as a coach, but everybody, I was like 225 pounds, like, but no muscle, just weight.
Skinny fat.
Yeah, skinny fat, medium husky. And bro, it just, everybody was healthy. Everybody, like the founder of the company, bro, was a bodybuilder.
Dang.
In his late 50s and early 60s.
How'd you feel going into that scenario?
It's intimidating. It's very intimidating. And then there was a biohacker in the group.
Biohacker, yeah.
Super fit, like there was super health conscious food, like the snack room. You would not find any crap in that snack room. So I had to do something. I was like, I better get my ass in gear, you know. But once I started, like, again, taking care of myself physically, it all started with drinking water, bro. Like sometimes we think it has to be like this huge shift and huge change and huge actions in order to get healthy. And I'm just gonna drink water.
Yeah,
that's it. I started drinking water with every meal. I was still eating fast food though, but I was just like, I didn't have a soda, right?
What would you get? You go to Wendy's?
McDonald's. Burger King.
But you wouldn't bring that shit into the office, right?
No way, bro. No, I wouldn't bring it.
Yeah.
But then I would get a water. And then after that, I was like, okay, just a burger, no fries, but still water. So then I started kind of like watching my portions. I wouldn't eat. I would save some stuff for later. Like if I go to Chipotle, eat half the bowl and take it home and eat the rest later, you know? And then I started intermittent fasting. So it was just like one small action at a time. Like the value of the small step, like I don't think people like value that, you know? They don't see the value of that. And it's huge. It compounds, like you said. And then 6 months to 8 months later, I did a whole entire 30-day detox. You know, but if you would have asked me to do a detox when I first started drinking water, I would have like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So sometimes we want to do like big actions. It's not sustainable.
Just start slow.
Start little and start slow and work your way.
And yeah, to your point, right? Starting slow, being able to make small progress is key. You can't just like do a whole entire revamp. Even the most disciplined people, when they're trying to develop a new habit or adopt a new habit, it's if they go too hard too fast, then they're more likely to stop that habit, right?
Yeah, it's not sustainable.
I mean, I've been doing fitness coaching for the longest time, but it's always been paired with some sort of nutrition coaching because it goes hand in hand. If they don't have the nutrition in check, or at least if they don't have well-balanced nutrition, they're not going to see their physical fitness results. They're going to feel like crap every time they work out, and they're going to get discouraged if they don't see any changes in their body and how they're performing, right? So that nutrition has to be key. One of the simplest things I tell my clients and tell my team to remind their clients about is small things done savagely well.
Ooh, I like that.
Right? So putting your fork down in between bites. I helped this woman lose 120 pounds, and the way we started doing that was a simple habit of like, all right, it wasn't like stop eating when you're 80% full. They don't have that cue. Yeah. Obese people don't have that kind of like like mind gut connection.
Right.
Yeah, they don't. They just all they've ever known is eat until I'm sick, right? And repeat that cycle. But if you teach them small hacks and make it in a like have a really cool like positive coaching environment while you're telling them, it improves. Put your fork down in between bites.
Bro, are you serious? That was it?
That was one of the simplest things. And
that's impressive.
Drinking more water was a big thing too. But eventually she was counting macronutrients. But when she got there, I always said, congrats. I've graduated you to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
And they owe that client, and all clients that I've worked with, number one, they want more of a challenge. They're ready for that challenge, and they're going to live up to the expectations. And they know they don't need to have it like do that perfectly all the time.
Right.
As long as it's sustainable.
Like, that's impressive.
What's one of the things as a coach that you ask them, right? Are you willing and able to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So you check
are you
with
willing,
them
able, and ready?
and ready to do this?
I even
Checking
ask
with them.
people, hey, are you ready to move past this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you in a place where you're ready to transcend this thing? Or you just still want to feel this?
Mm-hmm.
Because they may not be ready. And if they're not ready to move forward, I can't do anything.
Nope.
Because they have to be willing, they have to be ready, and they have to be able.
Badass, man.
Right? So I would say, man, like, I hope this podcast can show people that, yes, you can do the fitness journey. Yes, you can do the workout. Yes, you can eat well. Yes, you can do the yoga classes. You can do the stretches. I mean, you name it. You can run, you could walk, you could swim, whatever you want to do. But if you're not taking care of holistically, right, your mental health, your emotional health, and your spiritual health, unfortunately, you're still unhealthy. And so we want to be able to inspire people and just educate them and inform them and hopefully entertain you into getting it, and not to wait till you have a freaking health scare or something horrible happening in your life to make those changes. Because unfortunately, more often than not, that's when it happens. Like, oh, shit.
When it's too late.
When it's almost too late.
Yeah.
Like, why wait?
Why didn't you come around earlier?
Right?
Yeah.
Why?
I can talk about that all the time. Well, I'll tell you, the people that are coming to us, right, to Extend Fitness, they've tried everything. They've done all the fad diets. They've talked to counselors. They like when it comes to like physical, mental, emotional stuff, they've tried it all, right? And by the time they find us, they're like, I've tried it all, and I'm ready to make a change. And more often than not, it's because something intense and very like, how would you
like, would it be like
something that just kind of like swept them off their
like
feet?
Maybe traumatic, perhaps.
Yeah, life-changing some life-changing event happened in their life, and then they were not necessarily pulled to improve their overall health. They were
pushed.
Yeah,
they were pushed.
But don't wait.
Yeah, don't wait,
till
man.
it's too late.
Don't wait.
The time is now.
If not now, when?
And that'll help generations down the line.
Mm-hmm.
If you start taking care of yourself, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, you're not only going to affect the people that are alive right now, you're going to optimize your kids' life, and then those kids, when they have kids, it's just all going to help just build a good set of habits for generations to come. Positive improvement.
Positive improvements.
Let's crank it.
Let's do it, man. I hope y'all come back for the next episode.